Hello again, adventurer. I don't know about you, but I sure am excited for the ice cream marathon. But before that, we have some two-thirds good beans to take care of. As we continue our practice of equanimity, as we get clearer about the things our mind says, it's easy to look inward and say, well, you should just let go, man. And sometimes that works, but sometimes our mind will protest. We need a little more support, a little more reassurance, or a being whose spirit is brave and pure to take over our quest. In a couple of sessions, as we transition away from a practice of equanimity to a practice of care, we may discover new strategies for being with the stickier parts of our experience. Oftentimes, when we aren't able to simply let things go, it's because we care about them. Sometimes this caring can hurt. It can prevent us from the bliss of turning back into a gnome night and having our dusty ashes whisked away by the wind. And in these moments, sometimes it helps to turn toward the care, to honor our needs and boundaries as an extension of that care, even if it keeps us holding on in a painful way. But for now, we're still practicing equanimity, because our attachment, even to good things like the ice cream marathon, can lead us to make choices that are only good, say, 2 out of 3 times. We aren't always the best judge of what is good, gooder, and goodest, and sometimes things take time to reveal themselves. But adopting a spirit of equanimity can help us welcome things as they are, rather than as we would like them to be, and to stay alert to developments within our experiences and the judgments we make about those experiences. Whether we're eager to get to the ice cream marathon, devoting ourselves to stay awake to keep watch over bean pods, or ready to pass on our quest so we can get some rest, equanimity can provide us with the space to welcome more of our experience. Some things will go as we plan, and many won't. We may ask ourselves, shouldn't we conserve our energy? Only to find ourselves moments later agreeing to a new quest. And equanimity can help us roll with these punches, to adapt to circumstances as they change, to make room for uncertainty, and to admit when we were wrong and have to spray adorable costumed pigs with ice cream until they pop. But before we begin, let us all remember Jake's sage anti-work advice. Work and fun don't mix unless you're a clown. So you can begin by making any adjustments you'd like to your posture, finding a position that is 2/3 good for now, softening any surface tension that wants to release. And you can do this with a deep breath and a sigh or moan or hum. Feeling the vibration in your ears, in your throat, in your chest. This sort of electric activity of aliveness that you're bringing into this moment. Maybe parts of you are already landing heavy and solid into this familiar position. Maybe a consistent posture or frame of mind or sensory experience that you've developed through practice. An invitation to your body and mind to say, we are here now. Just here. And of course, the here includes little whispers, echoes, anticipations of elsewhere. And so it can help to have an anchor point, a home base, some simple part of your experience that feels neutral or good, that you can gently shepherd your attention back to if you haven't already let it rest there. Thoughts and feelings and judgments and little body sensations and a whole world of aliveness continues to surface, and you don't push it out. You don't need to make it go away, but you are focused on just the sounds or just the breath. Whatever thing you've picked. The thing itself is not as important as the quality of attention you are bringing to it. Gentle and curious. Listening to sounds as if it's the first time you're hearing them. Because it is. Breathing this breath as if it's the only one of its kind. And it is. Your attention may be keyed up. You anticipate the things before they come. Or maybe it's slow and dragging behind. You can toy around with the energy of attention or relaxation, of alertness or slowness, finding some sweet spot, some dynamic balance that is good enough for now, even if it isn't the goodest. And as always, if this feels good, if this is what you need, if this kind of simple attention is what you came to this time for, then stay here. You can tune out all of the rest of what I have to say and just be with this simplicity. But if you would like to move to equanimity, then you can allow the quality of your attention to remain the same. That space between attentive and relaxed. But you can allow the focus of your attention to become diffuse. Like watercolor that gets more water added to it. Spreading, undulating, to take up more of your experience. A little more boundless. And from this space you notice many things. Thoughts and sights and sounds, maybe even tastes and smells, fantasies and fears. And the invitation is that for as long as this stays manageable, as long as you can observe these things without getting caught in them too much, then you just keep watching. You let them be. You don't need to chase them away or make decisions about them. All of this is just a part of what it is to be you right now. And it's okay. if it doesn't feel okay, or if you're losing yourself in it, you can always come back to that simple anchor point. Regain some sense of concentration and clarity and balance. Or you can zoom out again, or still just letting things arise. From this zoomed out place, this bird's eye view, you may notice the ease with which these things surface. You don't have to do anything to make experience come to you. Experience is always finding you exactly where you are. Or you may notice some sense of perspective. Something that feels really important to you right now appears different against the sounds of the room, or against something that felt important to you yesterday or 12 minutes ago. You don't have to analyze these being whatever surfaces for you. Body input, brain input. You don't have to make sense of it. Just welcome it. Let it in, if you can. And if you can't, then trust the part of you that resists. Can you be okay with that? Can you be okay with resistance? With distraction, anticipation, uncertainty? Maybe not. Can you be okay with that? I'm sitting and failing. I'm sitting and nothing's happening. I'm sitting and exactly what I wanted to happen is a million light years away. I just want this to be over. Can that be okay? Or this feels amazing and I don't want it to end. Both of those, any of those, all of those, perfectly legitimate. And whatever your experience is, I invite you to bring your attention back to some part of your experience that feels cozy or warm or good. And lean into it just a little bit more as we finish our time together. All right, great work, adventurer. We've got just one more practice of equanimity before we make this transition to focusing on care, but I hope you can see the ways in which these practices nest. Focusing on concentration can help support a skill of clarity. Clarity can help support equanimity. And you can move back and forth between these practices, or move down into something that feels simpler at any time. You can also always shut this off and walk away and go do something else. Equanimity is a lifelong practice, and in my experience is not a destination we reach, not the end of a marathon, but a posture, a process, a vibe that we can slide into and out of. And that vibe allows us to appreciate the ways in which we cope, the resilience we have cultivated, even when that resilience is at its limits. Even when the equanimity means I am not okay with this and I simply can't be okay with this. And then seeking some form of support elsewhere. Thank you for spending this time to be with yourself, to be with me. Be well.